I'm Emily.
And I'm Ethan.
We're traveling across America in search of its most captivating communities. Join us as we recount our adventures on the road. This is
Nomad Life!
From our starting point in Dallas, Texas, we drove northward through the Chickasaw National Recreation Area. Then we continued on to Oklahoma City. All right, just got on the road. Doggies are nice and comfy back there. Ethan's driving, no-handed. A day late because it was Nico, stay back.
Because Nico couldn't contain himself.
It's like a streak of 100+ degree days, and our first night we were supposed to be camping, which is a little bit crazy in 100 degrees. We didn't want to do that, so we stayed at Ethan's parents for one night longer, which was actually really good to spend some extra time with them and celebrate Father's Day. And now we are going to be staying at our Airbnb in Oklahoma City. Woohoo! Pretty good gas prices here, right?
I guess.
Gainesville, Texas.
We're in Gainesville, Texas. We're about to gain a couple pounds from the best burger barn.
Yummy. It's what we call our armadillos around here.
Sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain.
We picked Oklahoma City because it was a place close to Dallas that we'd never been, and my cousins had really good things to say about it. With only 563,000 permanent residents, Oklahoma City is more of an Oklahoma town. One very appealing characteristic is that it's been voted the #1 most affordable urban area in the United States. Our first night in Oklahoma City, we drove downtown to the Myriad Botanical Gardens, one of Oklahoma City's most vibrant and green spaces. Oh, shoot. Well, there go the fish. Our second night in town, we explored the Bricktown Canal, which is Oklahoma City's Riverwalk.
I've never seen so much brick in my whole life. Now we head to the leprechaun portion of the village.
So Oklahoma City is like a very small town feel. I don't know how many people actually live there, but it legitimately felt like everyone knew each other, and there was like not that many skyscrapers. Like the downtown was like pretty small. Everything was pretty cute.
Yeah, compared to Dallas, like coming from a big city, when we were driving into Oklahoma City, there was like one big building, and it was, we're like, is this it? Is this Oklahoma City?
It was downtown that we came across the most hoppin' place in the whole city, the mini golf course. Then what's your strategy on this run right here?
Basically, I just try and get in Tiger Woods' mind and just... This buffalo gets very hot in the summertime. Don't touch it. Ow! Stampede of fun! I hope I don't get trampled by a good time! This buffalo's only a little bit of fun now, but when it gets bigger, it's gonna be a whole stampede of fun.
Every night, my honey lemon, sit alone and talk and watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky.
Our Airbnb is in this really cool neighborhood called Heritage Hills, and all the homes are like old-fashioned. I'm gonna have to do some research on like what era exactly. They seem kind of mixed, but all very cute, and lots of big trees. Perfect place for walking the doggies. They are having a wonderful time here. The Airbnb that we stayed at is what I would call a mini hostel. There was one guy who lived there permanently, and then there were 2 Airbnbs, and all of the communal space was open for us. It was a great place to work, great place to cook. The dogs had free reign of the house. So it met our needs very nicely, and it enabled us to make some new friends. Ironically, the first girl we met there had just gotten done doing exactly what we're doing, trying out different cities all across the country, and she had actually decided on Oklahoma City.
Here at Sonic, you may know us for fast, reasonably priced, greasy food. But what we're really about is hard work and team effort. That's why we locked these executives in this room for the last 3 days with no food or water until they figure out Sonic's dire snacks versus sides problem. For the team! What if I just got home at like 12:30 every night and was just like, sorry babe, it's another late snacks versus sides meeting, and I was like, all right, let's wrap this project up. It's obviously burgers and fries, and Carl was like, well, how about onion rings? And I'm just like, God damn it, Carl! We've had this discussion a million times. People don't want onion rings!
Next, we visited the Paseo Arts District, which was built in 1929 in Spanish Revival style with stucco and clay tiles. It is now home to over 20 art galleries, of which we visited 2 or 3, as well as a very cool bookstore.
There's not a lot of people. It feels very spacious, and it has more of like a small town feel, even when you're downtown, which is nice because the traffic's not insane, and there aren't just people everywhere shouting. And
such a breath of fresh air, literally.
yeah, the wind was so nice, so we could actually... Dallas is like just asphalt, and it just reflects heat, and so it's like 20 degrees hotter. But Oklahoma City seemed very open, and like you could feel the breeze even when you were like surrounded by buildings.
Yeah, it was still hot, but the wind made it way more bearable.
Yeah. Oklahoma City's cool. If you've never been, it actually has some culture, like the art galleries and food and stuff to do.
There was a lot of art. There was a lot of public sculptures around. You can tell that people there really prize, their historic buildings and art and theaters. We passed a lot of theaters.
We went to one of the best breweries in the world, apparently. It's top 100. What was it? Prairie Artisan Ales.
We had been recommended to go there by a friend who knows what she's talking about when it comes to beer. And we stopped by, and I was flabbergasted. My favorite that I have tried, and they're all good, but this is tip top is the peach crumble. It literally doesn't taste like beer. It tastes like I'm drinking a peach cobbler. Like, exactly like peach cobbler. Like, no beer taste, just peach cobbler. It's incredible.
Here at Sonic, you may know us for fast, reasonably priced, greasy food. But what we're really about is hard work and team effort.
Last but not least, we made a visit to the Factory Obscura by the makers of Meow. Are you so glad that we got a car top carrier?
So glad. We did this road trip before. We went up to the tip of Michigan from Dallas, Texas in a Fiat, and it was just like we were squished with suitcases in the front, like driving up on the steering wheel, because it was just an avalanche of luggage the whole time. So by comparison, this Honda is like van life, and now that we have the car top carrier, we're just like basically in a Winnebago. So
Except way better.
way better. Plus, we don't have to, mortgage a house for every time we have to stop and fill up gas.
Yeah. And Aphrodite's just sexy.
Yeah, she is. Sexiest road trip car in the U.S.
We had an excellent time in Oklahoma City, but now it was time to move westward. Where will we end up next? You'll have to watch next time to find out.